Hello, this is Dion Hinchcliffe, a VP and Principal Analyst at Constellation Research, and today we're going to explore using platform-based communication strategies to drive better business results. And really, this is about digital experience and how it benefits from a more systematic approach. This is something a research area I've been working on for about 15 years, and now we really see that we're in a place to capitalize on it. And so I tend to have a encompassing view of how we look at digital experience, and this is what I view as minimum viable digital experience for the average organization. And it really covers three dimensions: the customer experience, so all the experiences that we design to engage with customers and communicate with them; employee experience, so how we engage those stakeholders, how we communicate and engage with them; and finally, partners or suppliers, which is another very important stakeholder in our organization, and good communication and good digital engagement is important there. But we see that each group has a slightly different set of requirements. So customer experience benefits from terrific design. It has to be trusted. It needs to be useful, multi-channel, and personalized and contextual. Now, that's true of all the audiences, but in particular, if you want to have a growing company, if you want to have a competitive advantage, you have to really double down on those attributes to a much higher degree than to more captive audiences like employee experience or partner experience. Although those audiences now also need to have those attributes. But we see that employee experience is more of a long-term view about it. It has to be rewarding, and it has to be connected across a bunch of different applications and really help the employee as much as the workplace or the business itself. And with partners, we really see that there has to be incentivizing and really engaging them, particularly to work with that organization versus, let's say, competitors. And so partner experiences are also very important for holding your partners close, enabling self-service, and driving growth in the business. And this is great, but the result has been a large number of different applications in the organization. And we'll look at that in just a moment. And so this has really allowed us to arrive at the concept of the experience-driven organization, where experience is the primary boundary across which value is exchanged and created. And so you can see at the top there, we have the customer experience, the employee experience, and the partner experience are absolutely key. And design thinking drives that. Design thinking makes you very empathetic to the needs of that particular audience, and making sure you're designing for those needs and those emotional states. And you have to have experience data to do that, operational data as well. And collectively, these three experiences form your digital operating model. So that's both operations and on the IT side, DevOps or DevSecOps nowadays. And it's also where your business models live. And because the employee experience delivers customer experience, as well as the customer experience can be used as self-service. That's where transactions are done. For sales, that's for services, customer care. All the value that's delivered is delivered over these experiences, and increasingly, mostly in digital channels, but not exclusively. It really depends on the business. But if you're doing this, doing this well, you'll be, the data shows, at the top of the S&P 500 in terms of your level of performance. The highest performers in the S&P 500 are consistently what I call experience-driven organizations. And we see that we need a technical foundation to make this happen, to make it consistent, to make it secure, to bring all of our data to put the service of those experiences for those stakeholders. And we're going to need a slightly different set of digital leadership to make that happen. That's outside the scope of this talk. We're really focusing on how do we create that digital operating model. And that's where a more platform-based approach, as opposed to, if we look at the most popular technologies and solutions for digital customer experience today, there's a lot that you have to bring to bear. So everything from analytics and social media engagement and digital customer assistance and putting all that information into a customer data platform and ensuring customer success and content management across all of these. This is great. And you're going to use different technologies and different products for sure. But to achieve cross-experience personalization, cross-channel personalization, which is increasingly where the most value is to be had, to really drive the empathy and loyalty and retention of those audiences, wherever they are, and deliver these across eventually one-to-one customized experiences, you're going to need a more consistent way of a way of bringing all of these pieces together so they have more consistent data, more consistent behavior. And you're still going to have these different touch points and these different products at those touch points, most likely, which is where headless content management, just the headless approach in general, says we should be able to manage from one place everything, all the different experiences and all the different types of content, all those places. And that's where we really see the end game is building or crafting or acquiring a more centralized digital experience platform that allows these communications and experiences to be brought all together into an integrated approach. And so this is marketing on the customer side, comms and engagement for all the different audiences, and for some of these, commerce as well. Right? Whereas that's an example of a business model that can be brought to bear to make this all happen. And so the data has begun to show that a more unified platform-based approach to communication in general, right? So this is whether this is marketing or this is sales or this is delivery of the product or this is customer care afterwards, whether this is online or offline, direct to consumer, doesn't matter. That because we need to have a place where all the data goes, and now increasingly artificial intelligence, we have to have a way of bringing these all together. And so to become a digital, an experience-driven organization, you have to have a more unified approach. It's more platform-based, more integrated, brings your channels together, allows you to use one common view of the customer to serve the customer across all the different channels. And yes, you'll have to break silos to do it. This is one of the reasons I said you'll have to also tweak the adjustment, adjust your organization to account, the roles, so that you have a customer experience role, a employee experience role, and a partner experience role that is responsible end-to-end across all of what we would formerly call silos. And that's how you do it. Both your approach has to be cross-silo and the platform you use has to be cross-silo. And then you can actually have this integrated platform approach. And that's what we're seeing is cutting edge for communications and digital experience in 2024.